Have you ever pondered the concept of an eternal struggle? What does it mean to be forever caught in a cycle of effort and failure? It's a question as old as time itself, a concept that resonates deeply with the human condition. Imagine being locked in an unending cycle, forever exerting effort only to face the harsh sting of failure time after time. It's a profound, haunting thought, isn't it? One ancient myth encapsulates this concept perfectly, the tale of Sisyphus. Sisyphus, a figure from Greek mythology, was a king known for his cunningness and deceit. He was the crafty king of Corinth, a man with a reputation for trickery and guile, and his exploits were legendary. But his cleverness came with a price, and ultimately it roused the ire of the gods. He outsmarted death itself, not once but twice. When Thanatos, the personification of death, came to claim him, Sisyphus tricked him into demonstrating how the chains of Tartarus, the underworld, worked. In a swift move, Sisyphus trapped Thanatos, disrupting the natural order of life and death. When finally his time came to an end, Sisyphus managed to convince Persephone, queen of the underworld, to let him return to the land of the living to scold his wife for not giving him a proper burial. Once back, he broke his promise and reveled in the joys of life, refusing to return to the underworld. But the gods were not to be mocked. Zeus, the king of the gods, decided to teach Sisyphus a lesson he would never forget. A punishment so cruel, it was meant to fit his crime. Sisyphus was condemned to roll a massive boulder up a steep hill in Tartarus. But this was no ordinary task. Every time he neared the top, the boulder would slip from his grasp, thundering back down to the bottom of the hill. The sheer physical toil was immense, but it was the psychological torment that truly made the punishment so severe. The tantalizing promise of success, only to be dashed at the last moment, the endless repetition of a task he knew would never be completed, was the perfect punishment for a man who thought he could outsmart the gods. And so Sisyphus strained and struggled, the sweat pouring down his face, his muscles screaming in protest over and over again for all eternity. Thus Sisyphus was doomed to an eternity of futile effort and unending frustration. The tale of Sisyphus is more than a story of punishment, it's a philosophical metaphor. This ancient myth has been interpreted through various philosophical lenses over the centuries. Some view Sisyphus as a symbol of human persistence in the face of life's inherent absurdity. This existentialist perspective sees Sisyphus's eternal struggle as emblematic of our own daily toils. You see, Sisyphus, condemned to roll a boulder up a hill only for it to roll back down, mirrors the human condition. We're constantly striving for something, reaching for goals, yet once achieved, we set new ones, and the cycle continues. It's a ceaseless uphill battle, just like Sisyphus's. Albert Camus, a 20th century philosopher, famously explored this idea in his essay, The Myth of Sisyphus. Camus posits that Sisyphus's plight is not a punishment, but an allegory of the human condition. In his view, Sisyphus is the absurd hero, a man who, like all of us, continues to push his rock, fully aware of the ultimate futility of his task. But here's the twist. Camus suggests that Sisyphus is happy, yes, happy. Despite the endless, meaningless toil, Sisyphus finds satisfaction in his labor. He embraces the struggle, the repetition, and in doing so, he finds a sense of contentment. In the face of eternal struggle, Sisyphus becomes a symbol of resilience, and his story a testament to human endurance. What can we, in the 21st century, learn from the ancient story of Sisyphus? The tale of Sisyphus, the king condemned to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity, might seem distant and disconnected from our modern lives. Yet, its essence resonates with us, echoing in the rhythm of our everyday routines, the cyclical nature of our chores, our relentless pursuit of goals that often slip from our grasp, just as we seem to reach them. In essence, aren't we all Sisyphus, pushing our metaphorical boulders up our hills, facing the same challenges, repeating the same tasks? This eternal struggle isn't confined to an ancient myth, it's woven into the fabric of our existence. But we can find solace in the philosophy of Sisyphus, in the notion that the struggle itself is meaningful. The story of Sisyphus, then, is a reminder to persevere, to endure, and to find meaning in the struggle itself.